Dave, last time Ryder Helfrich hit a go-ahead home run at Auburn, I think you said you were watching from your living room. How'd it feel seeing that one in person tonight?
It was beautiful. I didn't know if it was going to get out. I knew he hit it really hard, and the outfield was playing deep. He's kind of like no doubles type situation. We had a runner at first, and man, it just kept going. He hit it hard, and it traveled. So it was a good feeling to finally get the lead and knowing that you know who he had in the bullpen to come finish it for us.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the Florida series, how stressful of a 5, 6 game period has this been where you're playing from behind for so long until he got that home run?
Yeah, I mean it's been a tough stretch. Obviously, it's you just have to baseball. You have to stay strong-minded and you have to keep fighting. You can, it just doesn't go your way all the time, and when it does, you take advantage of it. And we did that tonight when, with a couple of good swings, we scored 3 runs. We had an opportunity in the first and just couldn't come through with the big hit, or maybe it was the second. I don't remember what it was, but you know, uh, Ryder provided those swings, but Souza got on before him, and that was big.
Hunter Dietz gave you 7 innings, 1 earned run. I mean, is this what you've been looking for on Friday night? I know it's game 2 of the series, but I
Yeah.
mean, how well does that put him in maybe that game 1 consideration?
Yeah. So he was great tonight, obviously, and he was really from about the third, fourth inning on, he was better than he was at the beginning. He got on a roll, and his cutter was outstanding, and their left-handers really struggled with it. Um, I think the two hardest pitches he threw of the night were like his last two, and that was like pitch number 105 and 106. So he's strong.
What did you think about what McIlvain gave you, retiring every batter he faced?
It was great. I mean, he got 6 outs on 22 pitches, a few strikeouts in there, and it was just great. Excuse me, I'm trying to get over this cold. It was just great to see him doing what he's been doing and filling up the zone and uh, you know, challenging their hitters, and he was outstanding.
I may have another one, but I'll let Jackson go.
Go ahead, Jackson.
Yeah, Dave, a lot of times with Hunter, when he's got it rolling like that, there's not that many base runners, and there weren't tonight, but fifth, sixth, seventh inning, they got one runner on and he worked around it and stranded him. I mean, just how impressive is that to see SEC, you guys are on the ropes here, what he was able to do with runners on tonight.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the bus ride back, Coach Hobbs and I, about how big that bottom of the seventh, I think, is when they stranded that runner at third or second, wherever he was, and just to give and get that next hitter out to get in the dugout, it lined up perfectly what we were going to do with Ethan, um, and just him working around, maybe a base hit or whatever, and a stolen base, and got us in the dugout. They scored a couple of runs, but no big damage early, and then we felt like we were in it. But our pitchers were outstanding tonight.
You know, you mentioned Souza, you move him up to the leadoff spot tonight. Was that what went into that decision? I mean, it paid off. He gets on before Ryder's home run. Were you thinking any like, hey, that's where we started the season. Let's try and get back to that maybe?
Well, excuse me, a little bit of that. Just I feel like he's swinging the bat really well. I just wanted to get Rutenbauer in more of a position to maybe drive in a run, and I don't know if he ever had anybody on base when he was up. Uh, I know two or three. I think he had 4 bats. I think three of the 4 bats. I don't think he had anybody on. Maybe all of them, but that was the thinking there. It's just he's a contact guy, and we need somebody driving some runs.
The broadcast kind of mentioned it, like guys up on the dugout, some anxiety maybe of just like needing some sort of breakthrough. Like, how much do you sense this team needed not only just a win, but a comeback, an emotional night like this, maybe?
But we definitely needed it, and I don't think there was anxiety going on in the dugout. I think there was a lot of guys that were just into it. They were fighting for their teammates and just trying to do whatever we could to find a way to win. So that's what I saw. I didn't feel a bunch of stress in there.
Thanks, Dave.
Tom, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Rutenbarg never came up with anybody on base tonight. So, but my question was about him. What did you think of what he gave you at cleanup? And even got on base in the eighth inning with they threw the ball away, but that was a tough play.
Yeah, he singled and then he also doubled. He doubled the lead off an inning. I think, excuse me, the second time around maybe, and that was frustrating. We didn't score him. And at the time it was 2-0. We were just trying to cut that lead in half. But no, he did a good job in there. And that last at bat, man, he saw another 8, 9 pitches. I don't know what he saw. And I think he hit maybe a changeup kind of off the end of the bat. And they got him or whatever. I think it was an error and then they got him, but whatever.
Yeah, it was 10 pitches on that one.
Wow.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts about who might start for you tomorrow? Are you still going to talk that over some with Matt, or what all thoughts?
We'll start Fisher tomorrow.
All right, Matt, close it out.
Just what goes into the thought by starting Fisher, and then you mentioned last night you still got Gibbler available. How do you feel about how the bullpen stacks up tomorrow?
I mean, we've got most of our guys available, and we'll do what we need to do to try to win that game tomorrow. And I think both teams are in the same boat. We both used about the same amount of pitching, so it should be a good one.
Ryder had the two big swings, but man, he seemed like he was awfully active tonight behind the plate, like a lot of dribblers out in front of the plate.
Yeah.
I mean, what did you think about the defensive night that he had?
I thought he had a great night. I mean, he was blocking balls and they were advancing on dirt ball reads and he was throwing the ball there. They tried to steal a couple of bags and I think he had 3 choppers and little nubbers out in front of the plate. And yeah, I mean he did a great job. He's a very athletic catcher.
And then just from a pitch calling perspective, I mean, how much credit does he get for the the night that Dietz and McIlvain had collectively?
Well, he can have all of it. That's how way I feel about it. I think he called about 99% of them, so he did a great job.
Okay, thank you.
Jackson,
Okay.
wrap it up.
Yeah, just one more, Dave. Marciano threw 30 pitches in the second. If that doesn't happen, maybe he goes all 9. Just how big was that inning? Even though you don't score, to ensure they have to go to the bullpen tonight.
Yeah, that was big because the first inning only threw 6 pitches, and have him throw 30 all of a sudden, he's back on pace to maybe go 6 or 7 innings if we can get him to around 15 to 20 pitches an inning. Yeah, I thought our hitters did a great job working him that inning, and the ball that Aloy popped up to center, I mean, he just missed it. He was on it, and if he'd have squared that up, it would have went 500 feet. I mean, he took a really good swing at it after taking 2 balls. I know he's frustrated, but we saw some progress there.